Hey guys, so welcome back, and now I'm going to talk a bit more about the Tempo Blue Eyes combos. This is kind of like a different variation on the standard deck. Instead of playing things like Chaos Maddox and the Pot and just pure Blue Eyes, we play high tempo cards or cards that increase the ceiling. So the next combo I'm going to show you just has just 2 cards, and it will let you banish, I believe, 3 cards and destroy 3 cards. So that's 6 cards removed in total, and you have the option to steal and exceed in there as well. So this combo is very potent, going second, specifically against pendulum decks and BA decks. So to begin with, you want to just activate your Brilliant Fusion here, sending Dragon Spirit of White and Gem Knight Lazuli. You have some different options, but if you already have a loaded Graves, but I'm just going to assume that you're just using these 2 cards straight off the bat. So send these 2 cards and activate Lazuli's effect to add Dragon Spirit of White to your hand. So now your board is Seraphinite, and you have Dragon Spirit of White and Sage in your hand and Lazuli in the graveyard. Next, you want to use your additional normal summon here to summon Sage with Blue Eyes. It's very important that you use your additional normal summon here just in case something happens to the monster you're about to summon and you lose your Seraphinite. In addition, if you want to use this combo, you have to use the additional normal summon. So with these 2 cards, after you've added the master, you're going to synchro for Coral Dragon. Alright, so here is where you get your first opportunity to destroy a card. You're going to use Coral Dragon's effect to discard the Dragon Spirit of White that you added to the graveyard to destroy a card. And it can be preferably not a spell or trap, and kind of like a problem monster like a Beatrice or something that's going to get in the way of you comboing off even more. Okay, so now that we've kind of wiped out the biggest threat on the board, we're going to use our normal summon to summon Master, and we're going to use his effect to add back Sage. Next up, we're going to use Sage's effect on Master with Eyes of Blue to summon a Blue Eyes monster from our deck and send him to the graveyard. So we're going to summon our second Dragon Spirit of White from the deck here, and we're going to use his effect to banish a back row. So we'll just use target the next priority back row, whether that's like a face down or a pendulum scale or like a Sky Iris. So next up, we're going to use Master with Eyes of Blue's effect, targeting Coral Dragon here, and we're going to bring back our other Dragon Spirit of White in the graveyard here. So we're going to shuffle Master into the deck, and we're going to send Coral Dragon to the graveyard, and we're going to special summon Dragon Spirit of White to the field. And now we're going to use Coral Dragon's effect to draw a card. So we've only invested 1 card at this time in this combo, and we've already got 1 destruction and 2 banishes. Next up, we're going to overlay these 2 cards for a Galaxy Eyes Cypher Dragon. So now here you have the option to, if you're playing against Burning Abyss or a deck with level 8, you have the option to steal a monster, which you can do just by detaching material. I would highly recommend it if you're playing against Burning Abyss or the level 8 deck to steal a monster here, but otherwise don't use its effect. If you steal a Beatrice, you're then going to use that monster to overlay into full armor, but we're going to assume that there's nothing for you to steal here, so just leave it as is. So you'll want to overlay into your Galaxy Eyes DarkMatter then, and use its effect on summon. And you want to send the following 3 cards. A White Stone of Legend, a White Stone of Ancients, and a Blue Eyes Alternative Dragon to the graveyard. So you'll get White Stone of Legend's effect to add a Blue Eyes to your hand. And now you're going to use the White Stone of Ancients in the graveyard's effect to add Blue Eyes Alternative to your hand. Now you're going to use Alternative effect by revealing Blue Eyes to special summon itself. And here's your next destruction. So you can target any card you want and destroy it. So in this case, if you stole the level 8, you can now overlay for a Titanic Galaxy if you want, or a Felgrand. But yeah, that's a pretty high tempo play, and you invested 0 cards if it goes off correctly, and you took out 4 or 5 of theirs. So yeah, very powerful combo, and this is just the beginning of the deck's combos.